Guess who's in the news again for all the wrong reasons? This name can bring out some of the worst memories in your mind of death and devastation that Delhi has ever gone through. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Apurva, and in this video I will tell you about the recent developments and the chronology of the cases against 2020 Delhi riots accused Umar Khalid. So, let's begin. Giving a major jolt to the Islamo-leftist lobby, Delhi's Karkarduma court on Thursday refused to grant bail to the former JNU student turned anarchist Umar Khalid in a larger conspiracy case relating to the 2020 Northeast Delhi anti-Hindu riots involving offences under the Indian Penal Code and UAPA. Additional Sessions Judge Amitabh Rawat of the Karkarduma court had reserved the judgment on 3rd of March, but due to the dilly-dallying tactics of the Khalid's lawyer, he was forced to pronounce the judgment today. Through Pius, appearing for Umar Khalid, presented a weak defense for his client. Pius argued that the whole charge sheet issued by Delhi police in FIR 59 was fictitious. The defense also argued that the evidence against Khalid was based on the video excerpts shown on television channels like Republic TV and News 18 that allegedly showed a truncated version of his speech. However, what came afterwards from the defense is what actually befuddled many. According to a live law report, senior advocate Pius referenced the movie Trial of Chicago 7 and TV series Family Man to build the case for his client. Pius said, "I recently watched a movie called The Trial of Chicago 7 where witnesses of the state had already planned to be witnesses of the state. Even a 12-year-old would know that this is fabrication. They, the prosecution, should be ashamed. Not even a shred of physical evidence once does not need a cross-examination to tell you that this one is a liar." However, the prosecution, led by Amit Prasad, effectively countered the defense statement by remarking that Umar Khalid intended to create an impression by alluding to the web series Family Man and the film Trial of Chicago 7 and had nothing to say on the merits of the case. The prosecution said he wants the application to be decided by a reference to web series. He wants case to be equated as Family Man and Trial of Chicago 7. It's slightly unfortunate. Let us understand why he wants to equate with Family Man or Chicago 7. Because when you have nothing on merits, you want to go and create headlines. The prosecutor said you create a perception that it is for this reason. If we do a Google search of the dates of hearings when law is argued that doesn't get covered. When Family Man argued that everything gets covered, the idea is to create a perception. You don't want to argue anything on law, but you want to argue on something which is relevant in media. As reported extensively by TFI, Umar Khalid was arrested by the Delhi police as a conspirator in the anti-Hindu riots which broke out in northeast Delhi in 2020, the bulk of which was orchestrated by former AAP councillor Tahir Hussain, Khalid Saifi and others. As per various reports, and according to Tahir Hussein's admission, Umar Khalid was the brain and brains behind the planning and timing of the riots. He was also responsible for making the riots coincide with the US President Donald Trump's first state visit to India, apart from inciting mobs distantly. Delhi police claimed that Khalid's involvement was there in the planning of riots from December 5th. Police said that none of the protest sites were organic and people were imported to fuel the protest after there was no local support. In a charge sheet filed in July 2020 in connection with the Chandbagh violence, Tahir Hussain had revealed that Umar Khalid advised him to stock up on large quantities of acid to target Hindus during the violence, which was to be systematically unleashed from February 24, 2019 in the national capital. As a result of Khalid's nefarious plans, 53 people lost their lives and over 700 were injured during the 72 hours of rioting and arson. The Delhi police apprehended Umar Khalid on September 13, 2020 and charged him on November 22, 2020 under several provisions of the UAPA and the Indian Penal Code. In July 2021, Khalid filed a bail application. Projecting himself as an anti-BJP and anti-Hindutva crusader, Umar Khalid reached the pinnacle of his temporary intellectual limelight, gifted to him in abundance by the country's foolish liberals prior to the anti-Hindu riots he masterminded. Ever since his career as a freeloading revolutionary has been in a constant free fall, on all issues Umar stood at loggerheads with the government. Umar Khalid projected himself as a far-left atheist, despising the very concept of God and religion. Yet the man found fault with Hindus alone. When the mask fell off from his face, he took to preach about the noble virtues of the Prophet while deriding Hindutva. Indians began realizing the fraud that Umar Khalid was. The court, by rejecting Khalid's bail application, have sent the message that the crimes committed by him do not allow any room for leniency. Meanwhile, the liberals have suddenly started disparaging the judiciary of the country once again.